Too Many Hats podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle, every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock That He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast. Top of the morning to you, my good people. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. It is 9:01 day. 9:01 day. We are officially celebrating it today. It's a beautiful day, man. It's your host with the most, Tony Mays, Lavelle Salter. I don't know if Lavelle is going to be on today. I know he has to um, kind of co-host or host this 9:01 event down at the one of the places that he does the karaoke's at during the week. So, but yeah, we gonna move on anyway. We're gonna do what we here to do. Y'all see, I got my 901 shirt on today, and representing Memphis and 901. And so, look, we're gonna have a. Uh, I started to ask you guys the question of what um, does 901 day mean to you? But instead, I went to talking about, I wanted to ask the question, what's more important to you? Your income, your health, your socio-economic status, your position or title, or your relationship with God? What's more important to you? Your income, your health, your socio-economic status, your position or title, or your relationship with God? Uh, I'm gonna have to go with my relationship with God is the most important. Um, because I know the rest of the stuff ain't even possible without him, you know. He said, "Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as thy soul prosper." And so he wants us to our income to be right, our health to be right, you to have a socioeconomic status, or you to have a position or a title. But more importantly, he wants a relationship with you. And I think that's very essential, especially now. It's like we live in a time now that uh, people just don't care about nothing, especially the young folk. Like they don't care about nothing. They don't care about who they hurt, how they hurt them, if they hurt them, when they hurt them, you know. And so when you start to think about kind of where we are in society as of now, and kind of how things have kind of shaped and taken place over the last year, especially since COVID. I don't know if COVID necessarily um, sparked all of this kind of thing we in. I'm not gonna say COVID sparked it, but I think it allowed a lot of people to be at home, uh, including these kids, because the kids were even at home, school, doing classes and stuff from home. And I think it just it gave us so much extra opportunity to get in stuff, um, and allow a lot of the distractions to come in. And so I think at that point, not to say it wasn't going on before then, but I think it really just kind of became apparent because everybody became social media influencers and gurus. Everybody, because it wasn't nothing else to do. What else was it to do? You couldn't go to you couldn't go to work. Well, a lot of people couldn't go to work. The kids couldn't go to school. So everybody was literally stuck up in the house. And so you start trying to find creative ways to pass the time. And um I just think that's when that kind of everything just kind of broke down from there. So what's more important to you? Again, for me, it's my relationship with God because without my relationship with God, probably none of this other stuff would really mean anything either, or not even be possible. So, um, but I have seen people say that their income is more important because their income supplies everything else. Um, some people actually, um, I'm talking about when I say like their position or title means more to them than anything. And so if they became a doctor or a lawyer, or especially these doctors, and I ain't talking about these doctors that um these healthcare physicians either. I'm talking about these other doctors that you have to you can't call their name without saying doctor. Oh, that's doctor. you know, uh I can't say Lavelle. Hey, Salter. It's Dr. Salter. you know. So, good morning, Zoe. You have a lot of people that would probably prefer to have the position or the title because that means more to them. I think people who are caught up in positions and titles, and this is just my personal opinion or perspective on it. Um, I think people who are caught up in positions and titles, um, and maybe not all, but I feel like maybe have come from maybe a background where um they, came up a little poor, or didn't have nothing, and then they reached a certain level and got a little education, got a little status, got a position, and then they kind of changed. I mean, I done seen movies time and time again where especially as it relates to us, black people, where we come up and we went to medical school or law school and became this this grandioso doctor or lawyer, and now we're making money, and everybody that where we come from now, they're hood rats. They're and we don't
Mhm.
want anything to do with them because I came from that background. And so for them, I think that position and title means a lot more, or either just socio-economic status. Phyllis said, if you don't have a relationship with God, I don't see how everything else could fall into place. My relationship with God most definitely comes before internet. Yeah, that's how I feel, Phyllis. I feel like that you can't even I mean, you won't even be able to, God, can't even allow you or put you in a position where you can make money, or keep you healthy, or allow you to have a socio-economic status or a position or a title. So, and I think, that like I mentioned earlier, he said, "Beloved, I wish above all things that you're prosper and be in good health." He wants you to prosper and be in good health, but he also wants your soul to prosper. So it's not that you can't have all of it, you can, but he should be first, is all I'm saying. Because the question is, what's more important to you?
Mhm.
Not that you can't have those other things. Not that you can't have uh God can't be first in your life, and then you can't have income, health, socioeconomic status, position, or title, and that you can't have those things that go along with it. I just know that the mindset of some people just tend to be a little backwards, especially people who feel like um, you know, or maybe they don't believe in God, or they believe whatever happens in life, they got there because of the hard work that they've done, and it's people out here believe that. They believe that they are in life where they are because of what they've done. So I just believe that, if you um you know, man, if you put God first, all that other stuff, man, will just fall into place. Well, I ain't gonna say just fall into place. You still got to put some work in, right? Faith without works is dead.
Mhm.
So if you don't put no work in, then chances of you really having some income or help, and you can have the income and still not manage it right and still be broke.
Mhm. Mhm.
I've seen people like make a lot of money and still be broke, and you be like, man, they making all that money, they still broke because they don't know how to manage it. They never learn how to manage what they have, and if it go out quicker than they come in, what they say, if your outgo is more than your income,
Mhm.
your what that something about, yeah, you know what I mean. You know where I'm going with it. Your upkeep gonna be a downfall or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Zoe said my income used to be very important to me until I learned that if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have nothing. Yeah. And I think Zoe, as people start to realize that, or not even realize it, but just establish a relationship with God, and that relationship with God is uninhibited by mess and distractions, then you'll know that all that other stuff comes second fiddle. But sometimes we just get lost uh, in the day to day. We get lost in all of the other stuff that goes on, all of the distractions. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about the distractions. Uh, we get caught up in those distractions and other things, man, that tend to kind of uh, make us stray away. We kind of stray away from God, and then we start to place uh, the importance on the income or the health. And some people just the things that they have, like, so their socioeconomic status, like how they look in the neighborhood, how their house is, what kind of car they drive, all of that stuff is major to them. Cause I want to live.
Yeah.
I want to live in the neighborhood where everybody reveres how my house looks, and what kind of car I drive. I want the Maybach in the driveway. I want you know the Benz in the driveway. I want the Rolls Royce in the driveway, because they're caught up in that socioeconomic status and what it looks like to other people. And I could
Mhm.
I could care less what my neighbors think. or anybody else. And you could tell, like, when people uh so if I was doing a comparison today, right? And I said, okay, Tony and Monica, they live in a decent house. But I go out to Lavelle house and I said, oh man, they grand out here. Lavelle, they got a mansion out here, right? But then somebody who's never been to my house, who's been at a house that's not that's like my house, would come in my house and say, them folk rich. I've heard kids that come in here and go through my house and be like, they rich, ain't it? I'd be like, nah, baby, we far from that. We ain't nowhere near that. But because it's more than what they have. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But so it's always gonna be somebody that got less than you or somebody that's got way more than you. So why get caught up in that?
Right. Right.
But some of us spend our whole life chasing that bag and chasing that money to the point that nothing else really matters to us. So you talking about a relationship with God, man, that's far from us. Craig said my income used to be my main thing. But I started to realize I'm not even getting ahead with all the hard work and nothing was working in my favor. That's when I realized I had to get a better relationship with God. Without him, you have nothing. Y'all, come on, y'all preaching today,
Hey
man.
man, happy
Y'all,
birthday to Craig too, man. Happy birthday, Craig.
happy birthday, Craig. Man, I want to shout out to real quick too, man. I want to shout out to Sheila Fraser and Phoebe Salisbury, man. They they sent us a nice little package, care package donation, man, towards our homeless tent giveaway. They sent it to my sister Cheryl. She was at my great aunt's funeral on Saturday, and they sent it with her. So people are definitely hearing about what we're doing and wanna make sure that they play their part in doing it. So shout out to them, man. Um, yeah. So we, if you're important, if money is more important to you, now I'm not gonna tell people not to be concerned about their health. Now I'm not, but it still ain't more important than God.
Mm-hmm.
Cause if you got you in the best of health, but you ain't got God, what does that really mean to you? And if Lavelle, now I ain't in, I don't know, so don't y'all be talking about Tony telling Lavelle business because I don't know. He might be. If Lavelle make $1 million this year, and $1 million is good money. See, I don't ever tell you. I hear people $1 million, they ain't really no money. You a lie. $1 million is some money. But I hear people say that, on social media all the time. I don't know if they be dudes that be just clout chasing or whatever. $1 million ain't no money. It's $1 million is a lot of money for somebody that ain't got none. Now, if you got a million, maybe $1 million ain't nothing to you.
Mm-hmm.
But if Lavelle make $1 million this year doing DJing and whatever else he's doing, let's just say his household income between him and his wife make $1 million, and Lavelle uh relationship or his relationship with God is non-existent. That $1 million, what does that $1 million really mean to Lavelle?
Mm-hmm.
Because if Lavelle loses the $1 million, he make one bad investment and lose the $1 million tomorrow. What does he have?
Nothing.
Nothing. But if I have my relationship with God, through God, what? All things are possible. And without him, there's nothing possible.
Mm-hmm.
So Rodney said, "Let it be so. Let me hold some of it." He claiming it for you now. If you ain't there, he claiming it for you.
Hey man.
Zoe said, "God gives me my health and strength. Therefore, I'm grateful." So if we all thought about that, like, or put that in perspective and say, "Hey, you know, when I say all, I'm talking about everybody on the planet. We gonna put God first. If everybody done that, bro, could you imagine what this world will be like if everybody? I know that's far reaching. I know that's reaching way beyond the stars. But if everybody had a great relationship with God, what do you think this world would look like?
Mm.
You ain't got nobody out here robbing, stealing, killing, nobody committing adultery, nobody just everybody just happy all the time, making money, everybody happy.
Mm.
But because we choose to chase income, You got gym rats. We call them gym rats because everything or health nuts because everything about them is about working out and their health. Nothing else comes before that. I'm gonna spend 68 hours in the gym, working out, getting my body right, being in good health, talking to everybody about health, eating right, taking all the supplements and the pills that help me do this and that. Everything is just. But I don't have a relationship with God. I don't even really care about my income because all the money I take, I put it into the health thing, trying to promote it. And then so you've done that most all your life, and then you come up with cancer, and you got to go get chemo, and you weak, you can't do nothing, you can't go to the gym. They telling you to lay off the supplements and all that stuff because it may be messing with your then what you do? What you have? You ain't got nothing. If it's all about your socio-economic status, the house you live in, the car you drive, you know, it, it- I got to have my jewelry on, whatever. You lose all that. What do you have? If it's all about your position or title, I'm doctor, so and so. Oh, I am the CEO of Cass and whatever, Fly Records, whatever. You got to lead with your position or title. How, how many times have you ran into somebody like that, Lavelle?
Oh man, how
Say,
many
hey, how
times?
you doing? I'm Lavelle. Oh, I'm the CEO of. Cause what? Man, just tell
Mm.
me your name.
Yep.
Oh, I run so and so company. What? I ain't asked you that. But that's how, or people introduce people like that. Hey,
Hmm.
Lavelle, I just want you to introduce this is CEO of so and so. This Craig Wilson. Just introduce him as Craig Wilson
Mm-mm.
or Craig Wilson. Oh, and he's the CEO of blah blah blah. He's gonna be sponsoring that. But no, this is the CEO of so and so. They gonna be sponsoring this. His name Craig Wilson. That's backwards, bro. But you know, I guess if you never we've talked about this before. Like if you've never been introduced to God, how do you meet him? How do you have a relationship with him if you never even been introduced to him? If you never so you weren't raised in church, because even Zoe said that his income was very important to him till he learned that if it wasn't for God, he wouldn't have nothing. Craig said the same thing. My income used to be my main thing. But I started to realize that I'm not even getting ahead with the income I'm making and all the hard work I'm putting in. I'm still like not accomplishing nothing. I'm not getting ahead. Ain't nothing working in my favor. But when I got a relationship and got a better relationship with God, at least I know I have something or something to build on.
Hmm.
It's different, man. It's different when you have a relationship with God versus um just trying to acquire all the other. You want God's stuff, but you don't want him.
Well, the main thing is why a lot of people don't sometimes have a true relationship with God is because of how God has been given in so many different ways. That's why it's much, this a podcast for a whole other different day. But a lot of people, as far as uh, how God is being presented, in a lot of times, in uh, religion and Christianity and stuff like that, and sometimes the bad models that we have. Because like you was talking about folks, with titles and stuff like that. I met a preacher one time that was doing this program, and they said the dude wouldn't even be the MC if they didn't call him by apostle. Y'all got my name wrong. Y'all, if you ain't put a parcel in front of my name, then I can't be on the program. And so you got a lot of times you got a lot of bad role models, who
Hmm.
people who have been,
They give it a bad name.
yeah, so they their thought process and has been tainted as it pertains to, not saying, because you gotta be able to divide religion from relationship, because it's two different things. And then the whole thing about it is, when you talk about God, in order for you to truly know God, you got to truly know who you are as well. Because a lot of times
Hmm.
we try to look for the God on the outside and and neglect the God on the inside.
Hmm.
So and I think for myself, just listening to the looking at the question and thinking about the whole process, I'm thankful that I've had a inner relationship, or intimate relationship with God, to the point to where I can kind of actually know myself and be humble, so I can really
Hmm.
truly know who God is. Because you can go to church every Sunday, you can go to Bible study, do all this stuff, and still don't know God.
Yep. Because if your heart ain't right, uh, doing all that stuff, going all that stuff ain't gonna make no difference. No way.
Uh oh, you
You
put
you
you
going you going to church, and then soon as church over, you walk on the park like cussing everybody out.
you poking at somebody big, you poking.
Yeah, I mean you ain't got nothing out of church or the service. You
Mm-mm.
ain't listening to nothing pastor said or nobody else said.
And then too, I think too, a lot of folks don't understand the cost, and this go both ways. The cost of humility and what it means to be humble. Humble, when
Mm,
you humble, man, humility will take you a long way. So
mhm,
I'm talking about, Doc. If you stay low, he'll bring you up, Doc.
mhm. Yeah.
A lot of these folks just ain't humble. In church, out of church, if you stay humble, hey, you ain't got to worry about it.
So if if I can't, and that's interesting that you said like he wouldn't even uh MC the program if you don't call him by his title.
Hmm.
Boy, I know so many people I done met a lot of people, bro, that's caught up in that title thing. And I'm sitting there like, man, if God would take you at this position tomorrow, what do you have?
I won't say no names, because I just, for the sake of, but individual that I knew, that I used to associate with, uh, used to share my gift with. Uh, One time we was at a said opportunity, and I called him by his name. Didn't think nothing about it. And then about 30 minutes later, he pulled me to the side. He said, "Man, hey, when you at our opportunity with our members, you got to call me Bishop." I said, "Okay."
Mm.
As far as I know, but I just call you before then, in front of your members, I fire your members. That's what I'm gonna call you, because that's what I know you is. You ain't my bishop. You they bishop.
See, boy, that's crazy though.
Now I
Uh,
will say, I will say this
I
individual
know,
has
I,
humbled
and I,
himself. I will say
yeah,
that.
yeah, I do get out of reverence and respect for somebody. You might just say that, but when I meet humble people, especially preachers or people that's in positions that's humble and like they so down to earth, you don't even know. Like you be like, you won't even know they was a CEO or a bishop or a pastor or nothing else because they so humble. Them the type of people, man. Like I feel like can really reach the masses because they see you
Hmm.
and they see you as being somebody that's not unreachable.
Right.
And I remember, I used to hear preachers say, well, it's a prayer you ain't got to pray is Lord, if I get too high, bring me back down.
Hmm.
That's one prayer you ain't got to pray.
So know what to say.
If I get too high, cause he will. If you think if you elevate and exalt yourself above him, he'll bring you down, bro.
Hmm.
Bring you right on back down.
Yeah. I remember one time. And to this day, I mean, I don't go around telling nobody I'm no preacher. I mean, if you don't know, you just don't know. Hey, one time I used to do that. I'm Reverend this, Minister that.
I don't do that either. I'm Tony
But
May.
I remember one time one of our mothers rest her soul at our church. When I was the youth minister at the church, and one of the boys came up, Mr. Lavelle, and she, "Ooh, baby, don't do that. Call him Reverend. No, 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 don't you do that. Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. I got this. We building a relationship and it's a rapport. I, he called me Mr. Lavelle. We've already built that relationship. Don't worry about that. You ain't got to
Mhm.
call me that because me and him has built something together. But when you come from that old school foundation, what I'm saying, that old structure, a lot of times that's what they make you do. So it's a difference in respect and just trying to do something
Yeah,
out of just tradition.
yeah. I mean I got what she was trying to do. She was trying to
Yeah.
teach the young man to show you uh some reverence and respect,
Hmm.
you know, the position you were in and title, but you know, you was humble enough to not be so caught up in it and said, no, he fine, and that's why I say when I run across, you know, like if I see Strong or uh Stokes or whatever, man, when I see him, we call each other by last name. What up, May? What up, Stokes?
So do the
What up, Strong? We don't hey, what up, Pastor Strong? What up, Pastor Stokes? We recognize that title, but I ain't walking around every day to say, hey, what up, Stokes? Hey, what you got going on?
what's understood ain't got to be explained.
It's you know what I'm saying? They see me May, what up, May? You know, I see Shaq, what up, May? Dang, what up, real May? Nah, hey, what up, May? What up? What up, Shaq?
Mhm.
What you got going on, man? Shoot, man, he's out here just trying to, how it. So
Mhm.
we have to, when I if I got to, if you gonna tell me every time I see you, I got to address you by reverend or pastor or bro, I'm not going. Chances are, man, I'm probably gonna not even come around you
Mhm.
because I feel like at that now you caught up in something else. You caught up in that title or whatever. Yeah, Zoe said I like to get to know the person before their title. Yeah, cause that title ain't gonna save you, bro.
Sure ain't.
Title is not gonna. It might afford you some other opportunities. May may afford you some opportunities, but it ain't gonna save you. That title is not gonna save you, bro. I don't care who
Mhm.
you are. Your
Yep.
socioeconomic status ain't gonna save you. Your health ain't gonna save you. Your income ain't gonna. It might buy you some stuff. Might buy you some ways out of some stuff, but it ain't gonna save you.
Yep.
I done seen rich people, billionaires, millionaire go to jail.
Mhm.
Look
Yep.
at Bill Cosby. Look at man. Rich folk go to jail. It ain't
Mhm.
safe. Sometimes they can get off, or they can, cause of their status or their money or whatever, they end up maybe getting a little less time or something. But for the most part, you go out there and kill somebody. I don't care who pastor, whoever you are, you kill somebody, you going to jail.
Yeah, I think one time we had a podcast. We uh talking about name like branding or something like that. We was talking about something about how good your name need to be. And a lot of folks don't understand when you arrogant and stuck up and doing all that old crazy stuff, folks can walk your name out of a room just like they can walk it into
Hello.
it.
Well, it was well. I think we were talking about that time. How our grandparents and they your name meant anywhere and how you dealt with people. You
Right.
know, so you wasn't gonna do bad business or do bad to people because you carried that name. Well, I don't want nobody to associate that with my name. And then,
Mhm.
even when you were young, uh, back in them days, the parents always tell you, all you got is your good name, boy. Don't mess up
Mhm.
your name.
Yeah.
you know. And
When you think about our businesses, just what we do, a lot of times it ain't just so much that we deliver so good on the service. It's how we treat people,
hmm
and with us being a pretty much for the most part 97.5% referral business, if you will.
hmm
If it weren't for us treating folks right, folks wouldn't refer us to nobody else,
you right.
because a lot of time when we get those jobs, you working on that particular person's job, building it, servicing it. But what you're really doing, you working on the next job. You ain't working on that job.
I
You
had a
already
lady
got it.
call me. Lady
It's in
called me the
bed.
other day. Well, she inboxed me, and she said, "Hey, I'm so and so. You did a bar and some stuff for my daughter, and I want you a dot." She said a bar and I did a thing for her laundry room table, laundry
Mhm,
table. And she said, "I want you to do some stuff for me. This is an idea I have." And she sent me a couple of ideas from Pinterest and different places. And I said, "Yeah, I can. We can work something out. We'll figure out something, do it." But if it wasn't for me treating her daughter and her daughter husband right, then they wouldn't have said, "Hey, mama, don't call him. Reach out to him."
mhm,
You know.
yeah. Mhm. What's up,
So,
Andrea?
good morning, Andrea. So it is important. Your name is important. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
How you treat people, it's important. But that relationship with God, see your relationship with God. If you have a great relationship with God, you're gonna watch how you treat people anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, most definitely.
See,
It's all intertwined. I can't be saying I got a relationship with God. I know God, and I'm treating you like crap. They
right.
don't add up.
But if I'm a multi-millionaire, a billionaire, and I don't have a relationship with God, I'm a shrewd businessman. I may treat you any kind of way because
Mhm.
I don't really care because I feel like you beneath me anyway. Because I'm a multi-millionaire. I'm a multi-billionaire. You beneath me anywhere.
Mhm.
I'm tell you something, bro. When I have run across millionaires. I ain't never met a billionaire in person, but I ran into some millionaires. That's the most humble, down to earth people you ever want to meet in your life, bro.
Mhm.
And then you can look at them and say, "Man, I can see how they prospering and why they prospering." You know what I'm saying? Why they doing, what they doing. Because you look at then you run across some people, they be so arrogant. Man, just make you sick to kinda be in a presence. You like, "Man, I don't know how this person made it, nowhere how they treat folks.
Mhm.
Talk crazy to." I went to, Saturday Friday, I went to rent a U-Haul tow dolly so I can pick up Keywan's car he wrecked, right, and bring it back from Illinois.
Mhm.
So I went up there, got to the U-Haul lot. I did my reservation online. I went to the lot. I'm not gonna say which location it is, I'm not. But I got to the lot, went in, um, so they had a couple of people already there, and, I'm listening to this one girl, she just loud, she uh, just kinda talking, just kinda loud and just kinda really out of order, but I'm like, "Okay, I don't,"
Mhm.
they talking to each other kinda, going back and forth. Anyway, so, this white young lady asked me, she said, "Hey, how can I help you?" And, so I sat down in the seat and I said, "I have a reservation." So, "What's your name?" She went through, pulled me up, and then she said, "So you trying to get it a day early?" I said, "No." I said, "My reservation for today." She said, "Your reservation for tomorrow?" I said, "Well, it must have took by a second. I made the reservation for today." And so she was like, "Oh, okay." Then she was like, "Well, when you gonna bring it back?" And so we was going through the whole little thing, right? Talk spit.
Mhm.
So she went to doing the contract in the system, and she couldn't get something to work. Then all of a sudden, the girl that was being loud, she looked over there. "What you trying to do?" And the girl was like, "Well, I'm trying to get this process and ain't going through." "Well, don't worry about it. Wait, she'll fix that. She'll fix that." Like that. And the girl was like, "Okay, okay." So She was like, "Well, just give me a second, Miss May." So and she got up and left. I don't even know what happened. Left. She went to lunch, whatever. She got up. The white girl got up and left.
Mm-hmm.
So this black girl come and then this other black girl, kind of an older, because the girl that was doing all the talking was a younger black lady. But the older, kind of an older lady came. Well, she was older than the younger lady. She came over there and then she said, "Yeah, she needs you to fix it. Something ain't happened." She said, "Well, let me look at it and see." And so she said, "So are you bringing this back to this location?" I said, "Yeah." She got you in here for a one way or something. And I was like, I don't know y'all jogging. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about none of that. All I know is I want to rent the thing and I'm bringing back, you know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Sunday morning or Sunday. Uh, and I said I had it reservation for 2 days because I said I know I wasn't gonna make back Saturday, so I had it for 2 days. And she said, "Well, can you bring it back Sunday morning? Because somebody gonna rent that unit because we had you originally picking it up Saturday and it was a whole totally different unit." And I said, "Yeah, yeah, fine." I said, "I just knew it was gonna be late when I got back Saturday night and y'all gonna be closed." She said, "Oh, you can still drop it after we close." I said, "Well, I might drop it Saturday night after I close. After y'all close." So anyway, the young black girl, she just started talking super crazy to the lady that was working with me, the older black lady.
Mm-hmm.
"You did that. You messed it up." Like the girl was like, she said, "No, I just walked over here and she was already working on it." She said, "Then you had to put your password in?" She said, "Yeah, I put my pass." "Well, you messed it up. You messed." Man, I'm talking about so unprofessional, bro. Just talking crazy to the girl. And I said, I looked over at her because then she started trying to get on me like I was doing so. I said, "Ma'am, look, I said, I don't understand none of y'all are jargon what's going on." I said, "All I want to know is you gonna rent me the thing or not, because I can go somewhere else." Like that. So I look at the little girl. She got a hat on, her nappy under that hair, her all nappy. I look at her shirt. It says general manager.
Wow.
The general manager, bro. I hadn't paid no attention to this the whole time. I looked up. Said general. I'm saying my general manager. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm reporting her ass." Bro, then she told her, "Just go out there and hook him up." She did talk crazy. So we get out there. First thing out the girl mouth, as soon as I bagged up, "Mr. Mays, I just want to apologize." The other lady, she said, "I just want to apologize." She said, "I almost cussed her out." She said, "That little girl is," she said, "she already got complaints on her. She on probation now for people complaining on her." I said, "Well, she finna get another one from me because she is totally unprofessional, rude." But I said all that to say this: she took her position and her title
Mm-hmm.
way too far,
Yep. That's
and
what
she
happened.
was messing up her name by the way she was treating people.
Because of the title.
Yeah, because of the title.
And
I
sometimes
didn't know that
they just
girl
threw people out
got a
anyway.
boss, huh?
They just had some people out anyway. The title, the title just exposed who they were.
And then the other lady said, she said, "But she don't do that when them young ratchet people come in. She get along with them."
Wow,
And boy, as soon as they sent me that little survey to me, "How was your thing?" Oh, I went in.
wow.
Went in on that. So I ain't gonna tell y'all what location because I don't want y'all to be feeling some type of way when y'all go in there, but it happened. So your relationship with God should be way more important than all this other stuff. Now, if you choose your income or your help over your relationship with God, hey, that's you. But I just don't see you getting that far, going that far on your own without him. That's
Right.
all I'm about that. It's gonna be some problems.
Mm-hmm.
Some smoke in the city. Come on, man. We're gonna clock that T with our girl Queen Watkins, man. Hopefully we got volume today.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, hopefully we got volume.
Good morning, good morning, good
10 o'clock.
morning. Y'all know what time it is. Put them phones down, fingers up. It's time to clock that tea with your girl, Queen Watkins. I hope y'all are having an amazing morning. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to clock
She on
that
her way to the
tea.
nail shop.
Now, I know, well, I don't know because you probably haven't. But have y'all seen this lady that has been going viral, y'all? They calling her Teacher Bay. Let's talk about it. So there's this teacher that's going to school, y'all,
Call
dressed
her
to
teacher.
impress. Do you hear me? Every day. But some parents aren't liking these. And some, of course, they're not finding an issue with it. But she go to school, she have her Chanel bag while the kids are walking into the classroom, and majority of her clothes are very fitted. She look like she got a BBL, but I don't know. But she is a very voluptuous woman, right? She's not an ugly lady at all. It looked like her wigs be slayed and all type of stuff, right? So boom, sometimes it wasn't as viral from the first photo until she continued to do it on a daily, right? So she at school taking photos by the school bus and shit like that. First off, I feel like that's inappropriate. You shouldn't be doing that, and you the teacher, right? So there's this mother that's stating that, like, if her kids went to their school, her daughters, she would not want them in her class because she feels like she's already trying to save her daughters from worldly stuff, right? From becoming certain things and doing certain things, and now you got a teacher that's when she right on her board. Her ass jiggling for real. Like, and I'm not even playing. Like, she be having them, if you know, you know, them thick girl pants on, and it's just there. Now I did see one. She did have like a long skirt on with a high slit. Certain things, my opinion, no, you should not be wearing to a school teaching students. I'm just saying. Now some women can't hide what they were blessed with or what they bought, right? But this woman, it just seems to me like she, oh no, damn near going to a speed date or something. Cause why are you dressed that way? Now I get it. People like to accessorize. I'm one of them. Like to put themselves together. Cool. But why the kids coming in and you got your Chanel bag and your accessories in your hand? Why you posting like that? You couldn't even sneak and post and take a picture. You posting them on the school bus, in the classroom. The kids are recording your ass jiggling as you're writing. So I mean, I don't know if she feel like it's cute or if she doing it on purpose. I really don't know. But there are some parents that are in an uproar. Hell, and some parents are saying they would love to go back to school to be in her class for real. But I just feel like school is losing it. For on a real note, is losing its education for real. It's so much other stuff that's going on that the kids are focused on in school nowadays that they can't really get an education of what's really going on. But can they fire this lady because of how she dressed? If she's fully clothed, right? I think her skirts, they kind of look like they're no more than 6 inches above the knee or 4 inches above the knee. Um, so should the lady get fired? Some people say she should be fired. Some people say she should not be able to dress that way. I feel like if the students have a dress code, the teacher should have one too. Just saying. Just saying. All right, y'all. That's all the tea that I have today. Make sure y'all tune in to 2 Minutes Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. sharp. And don't forget to stay tuned for your girl, Queen Watkins Clock that tea. Y'all, November will be here in no time. Please, please, please send in your donations. This will be a great event that's put together for the community, y'all. So and you should be involved. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
Bye. Lavelle, you ain't on the dun.
For some reason, it don't play on the end. It only play on the beginning. I don't know what I'm
Oh,
doing.
okay. Yeah, I didn't. I seen the picture of the girl, a couple of pictures of her. I didn't really get all that out of it. She just she when I saw her, she had on a nice little dress or whatever, or skirt, whatever. Yeah, it was form fitting, but like she said, the girl is just blessed. So whatever she wears is gonna fit her anyway. I
Yeah,
just didn't see
I
a
think
whole
also
lot.
what you have to bear in mind is that the generation is switching, is shifting. I mean, there are no more for the most part. If a person is still teaching and they over 60, something wrong. They don't I'm just saying. I mean, you can. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with it. But this young lady, she looks like she can't be no older than 30. So I'm
She
not
don't
gonna
look
say
good. She look like she in her 20s. She do look
this.
like she
So
in her
she
20s.
young, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She may be single, she may meet her husband at work or anything. So I mean, I guess my thing is, how do she pose to look at work? Like she throw it
Yeah.
away?
Yeah. I didn't really see her what she had on unless I missed some pictures that she was dressed inappropriately. I didn't really see anything because like I said, whatever she put on is gonna fit. Unless she just get some overly big clothes, baggy clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, her stuff is gonna fit. And like and she can't help that. They
Mhm.
hired her. What they gonna tell her that you need to wear some? They used to tell Monica when Monica was working for the school system, boy, her boss told her one day she need to quit wearing them back pants. Monica hated like for her stuff to be like all form like fitted, so she used to get up stuff a little big. The lady said, "Quit, girl, quit wearing them baps, them big head pants."
Because if you
Oh,
put it to work, it just kind of looks slouchy. You know what I mean? I get it.
and maybe that's what she was saying without saying it. Maybe she would look saying you were looking slouchy, LaBelle. She said, "Girl, quit wearing them damn baps." One side fit all pants. Oh. I think that did something to Monica broke up. She went ham after that. Oh. Come on, talk about your 901 day event.
I was actually gonna talk about what's the name first. I'm excited about
That's
uh
why I want to hold it to last. I'm super excited about
okay,
this
okay.
too.
All right. Again, hey man, today, man, I'm actually so when I jump off here, I'll be prepared, man, ready to get up out of here. For 901 day at Ghost River Brewer, man. I'm looking forward to having a good time. Man, I know my DJ Medication probably tired. Uh, yeah, he has some energy. Cause she DJ'd the Mimosa Festival, left the Mimosa Festival, did the Mimosa Festival after party. And then she got to come and do this. So man, I gotta give it up for my girl, man, my sis. DJ Sketchy, I think he did the Seagull Festival or something. So everybody been rolling this week, man, and that's why I want to say I appreciate them partnering with me on this opportunity, man. It's gonna happen this morning at Ghost River Brewery, man, right there on Main Street, like you're going to West Memphis. So looking for a good time, man. My boy Al Capone gonna be there. We're just gonna have a good time, man. Let everything happen like it's supposed to happen. So if y'all ain't doing nothing, y'all come holler, man. They got some good food, good drinks, and just come on out and shout a
That
little.
one drink, boy. Whew. What that thing called, LaBelle?
What's that?
That one drink. That
Frozen
frozen.
one.
Yeah, that frozen
Uh,
drink.
uh, I think it's the Blue Tiger. I think it is.
Yeah, that thing, the Blue Tiger. Woo.
That jump fast. I know that's probably what everybody gonna be buying since it's 901 day today.
Yeah, that thing right there, something else. Something serious.
Yeah.
And them cheese fries too, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Them cheese fries, righteous. Okay, anyway. All right, so that's 901 day. Now, go ahead, LaVelle.
All right. So I've been helping ministry and partnering with New Sardis Church, and I know the Pastor Darren Harrington. We've known each other for a good little while, and so earlier part of last year, we had the opportunity to minister to the children here at the schools, where we set up and gave away candy and cookies and juice and stuff to the children coming across the street going home. And so I had reached out to them here a couple of weeks ago about partnering with us with the tent drive, and uh, and they was excited about it. And the guy who's normally spearheads everything, Mr. Brand, he called and said, "Hey, man, we at that park every other weekend feeding already." So it's just a match made in heaven. So I was like, wow. So he sent out a group text the other day and said we partnered with Mr. Salter with 2 Men and Hats, man, and I'm excited about that, man, because them men they work all the time, man. That's one thing I can say about that church. I told Pastor Harris, I said I'm a member. You don't even know I am. So that they always doing something in the community, outside of the community. So we're looking forward to them partnering with us, man. That's do started is that's actually a men's ministry that'll be partnering with us. So looking forward to them partnering with us, man, and it's just gonna get bigger and better.
We got to add them to the flyer,
Oh yeah, I
and you
got
got
that.
to get back with Red Wheel.
Yeah. I got the logo and everything.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right, y'all. Well, that's it, man. We thank y'all so much for joining in on the conversation today. Again, as it relates to the tea this morning, I personally didn't see anything wrong with what she had on. Like I said, unless I missed, I saw a couple of photos that was going viral, and it didn't look like she took the pictures herself. It looked like somebody else took the pictures. Um, so and it could have been one of them parents that took a picture and posted it and went by. You know what I'm saying? How people do. They catch you in the offside. Then a couple of them, like she posed for the picture, so they might have said, "Hey, let me take a picture of you for your class in your class, or whatever." I don't know, but they weren't distasteful to me, in my opinion. But that's like I said, I didn't see some of the one that was going viral that she saw. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's it. That's all we have, man. Come on, pray us out so you can get to it.
Lord God, thank you for the day. Thank you for this time. Thank you for the opportunity. Lord God, we ask you to bless all the efforts that are going on in our city, that everybody have a fun, safe time and enjoy each other. Lord God, touch every vendor, every business that they would grow their businesses on the day. Continue to touch all of our efforts that we're doing. Continue to touch Tony family, my family, Queen family, and everybody that's associated with us. We actually do this in the dollar son Jesus' name, and we said amen.
Amen. Man, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning, same bat time.
In that place.
2 Men in Hats. Let's talk about it.
The 2 Minute Hacks podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle, every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Dead. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. 2 Minute Hacks podcast.